If you want to get ahead of 99% of people, you must do what 99% are not willing to do. And it all starts with two things. You need to be ruthlessly aware of what you want, and more importantly, why you want it. This is your dream state. Close your eyes and let your thoughts wander. Now imagine what your dream state looks like. Where do you live? Who are you surrounded by? What are you doing? Visualize the full picture of your dream life and embrace every sensation you experience in the moment. And then stop. Empty your mind and ask yourself, why do you want to be free? Why do you want to be wealthy? Why do you want to have what you just envisioned? And if your response only has the word I in it, so I can quit my job, because I want to buy fancy things, so I can travel the world, I'm gonna be harsh here and say, those are terrible reasons. If your why is only about you, if it's only about your pleasure, your joy, then I'm sorry, but you will never achieve your dream state. You will give up when times get hard and you struggle. And trust me, you will struggle. To sustain the unwavering motivation that you need to achieve your dream state, regardless of how hard times get, you need to get out of your self-centered mindset and completely shift your focus and think beyond yourself. For me, my why is my parents. My relentless drive to achieve my dream state was strengthened by what my parents sacrificed for me. My parents immigrated from China to the US with barely anything. They left their friends, their family, and everything they knew to come here with one dream in mind, to give their children the opportunities they never had. And the price for their dream was complete and absolute exhaustion. They worked from morning to evening, 7 days a week in a new country where they didn't speak the language or have any friends or family. When they got paid, they didn't use the money to buy things for themselves. They tucked it away in hopes to build a better life for their kids. So whenever I was working to achieve my dream state and times got tough and I felt lazy and I just wanted to give up, I thought about my parents and their sacrifices and how selfish it would be for me to not be relentless, for me to not keep pushing forward. Because my dream state isn't just for me, it's for them too. It's so I can comfortably retire them and finally give them the life that they deserve. But just having a dream state isn't enough. I've realized over the years from building multiple businesses that there's still one thing missing to truly ignite your drive. If you're watching this video, it's because you realize that there's something in your life that has to change. Something that you're not happy with. Something that exhausts you, something that you're running away from. And yeah, chasing your dream state and having a why beyond yourself are great things. But you know what empowers people 2 times more than pursuing pleasure and joy? Avoiding pain and suffering. If you don't believe me, listen carefully to these 2 scenarios and tell me, what would you do? Scenario 1, you're going to Hawaii for a vacation. You'll be staying in a beautiful resort, overlooking the roaring blue sea, eating the freshest, most divine food you've ever tasted. And it will be without a doubt the best vacation you've ever been on. But to do this, you'll need to raise $30,000 or else you can't go. Scenario 2, you have a loved one, your mom, your dad, the love of your life, and they're very sick. They're struggling to eat, to breathe, and even to drink. They're so exhausted that they can't even smile at you when you visit them in the hospital. But there is a rare surgery that can save their lives, and it costs $30,000 or else they'll pass away. Which scenario motivates you more? Which one will get you to move mountains to get the $30,000? I'm willing to bet that you will work significantly harder for scenario 2, where you will do everything in your power to avoid the unimaginable pain and suffering. Now, I want you to capture that feeling, that emotion that you just felt when I told you the story, and use it to create your horror state. A state that is the complete opposite of your dream state, a life surrounded by all the things you never want to happen. Close your eyes and let your thoughts wander. Imagine what that life looks like. Are you starving when you wake up? Are you stuck in a dead-end job with no opportunities? Are you worried about the bills piling up? I want you to be terrified about the possibility of your horror state becoming a reality. And then stop. Capture that emotion and look back at the last 90 days of your life and ask yourself, if you did the same routine, worked the same amount, did the same exact things for the rest of your life, and slowly, day by day, you fell deeper into the dark abyss of your horror state, how would you feel? Now that you have a clear picture of your dream and horror states, you need to build the blueprint on what you need to do to successfully run away from the pain and towards the joy. Take a look at your life and be honest about where you are right now. This might be the first time you actually check your finances and your relationships, your health, and your career. And you might discover that you're in a pretty bad spot. But that's okay. Acknowledging this is the first step. Once you have a clear understanding of your current reality, identify the gaps between where you are and where you want to be. Start by writing down what you need to do every day, every week, every month to achieve your dream state. What support do you need? What knowledge do you need? What do you need to stop doing? Be extremely specific and make a commitment to hold yourself accountable. In my dream state, I escaped working 80 hours a week in the office. I was able to support my parents without them ever having to worry about money again. And I was able to help people like you live wealthier and healthier lives. And if you want to learn how, sign up for my free newsletter, link down below. So I incorporated these goals and more into my blueprint. And this is when most people fail. Most people watch videos like this, they feel good about themselves. They feel motivated, like they achieved something. And you will too by the time you finish this video. But the truth is, you haven't done anything. Watching this video is only 20% of what you need to do. Executing is the other 80%. And for a very long time, I was like this too. I got easily distracted, I procrastinated, I made thousands and thousands of excuses. But then I learned about this thing called monk mode. And before I reveal my exact monk mode system that allowed me to quit my job, that allowed me to build multiple online businesses and support my family, I need to tell you what monk mode is. So I was addicted to video games for years. Whenever I played, I would get hypnotized for hours without needing to eat or drink. Video games consumed my entire life. I neglected friends, families, and countless opportunities because of it. But then one day, I realized that I couldn't keep living this way. I wanted more from life. I wanted to live. So I gave away all my games and completely ended it. I want you to look at your current situation and remove any distractions, people, activities, or habits that don't align with your blueprint. And when I say remove yourself from distractions, I don't mean you can't have friends or you can't have fun, but rather you need to eliminate the clear issues that could stop you from reaching your dream state so that you can focus on the second thing. If you follow the same path as everyone else, you will end up with the same results as everyone else. Monk mode will require you to make sacrifices because if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. So make a list of what you're willing to give up to achieve your dream state. Whether that's time and sacrificing your usual weekend hangouts, or cutting down on luxurious and unnecessary expenses, and sacrificing the difference to invest into your future. Or sacrificing comfort and pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone so that you can force yourself to grow. But even if you do one and two absolutely perfectly, monk mode is completely useless if you don't follow the single most important thing. Imagine your brain like a computer. Just like a computer, your mind has limited amounts of processing power. When you have too many things on your mind, it's like having too many programs running, which slows it down and makes it harder to complete a task. So for you to excel at something, you need to free up mental capacity by reducing the mental load on your mind, like closing unnecessary programs on your computer. The most effective way to do this is to develop a routine. And it might sound boring, but the truth is most successful people thrive with the same routine. The same repetitive actions. Just like professional basketball players, you need to do the same drills, the same footwork, the same shots to perfect your game. Only when you have a consistent routine, day in and day out, can you develop a comparison point and see what you need to improve to optimize your life. When you first do something, like riding a bike, it required a lot of effort and thought. But when you do it many times, it becomes a muscle memory and becomes second nature. And it's at that point, it becomes effortless, and you free up mental capacity so that you can start the next thing. As you continue to stack your habits and routines, you'll open up more mental energy to focus on bigger things that'll take you ahead of everyone else. Now here's my monk mode system that completely changed my life. I wake up at 5:45 and immediately drink a glass of water. I go to the gym in the morning and do an intense push-pull workout routine to wake my body up. At the same time, I listen to podcasts like Freakonomics, Planet Money, and No Stupid Questions to wake my brain up. Once I get home, I practice mindfulness while taking a hot shower. And yeah, I hate cold showers. While I'm getting ready for the day, I try to live in the moment and be grateful for everything I have. I then make coffee, a protein shake with creatine, and fill up my jug of water. I'll then get to my computer, check my calendar to see what I time blocked for the day, so I'm aware of all the big activities and tasks that I need to work on. I always schedule creative tasks like scripting videos in the morning when my brain is at its peak. I then put on lo-fi Afrobeat music, I drink my protein and creatine shake and coffee so I can enter deep flow state for a few hours. Around noon, I'll take a break and I'll start making lunch because I found cooking actually really helps me relax. I usually make a high protein meal with some veggies and a bit of carbs to keep me energized for the rest of the day. While eating, I'll watch a comfort show, like The Office, and then I'll stretch for a few minutes. I only eat until I'm 75% full because I get really bad food comas if I eat too much. After lunch, I'll work on stuff that requires less creativity, like responding to emails, catching up with my team, helping my students out, etc. I'll work on these things for a few hours, then walk around for 10 to 20 minutes to refresh my mind. I then get back to work until dinner time. After dinner, I just relax and let my mind and body rest by watching a movie or TV show, and before bed, I do some light reading, and then I think about what I need to work on the next day and time block the next day's schedule. And here's my monk mode system. And now you're wondering, when will you start to see results after doing all of this? And the answer is, it depends on when and how you execute. And you will never be able to effectively execute to achieve your dream state if you feel financially behind in life. This mental barrier prevents you from reaching your goal, and you need to learn how to get over it right now.